Welcome back everybody. I'm going to do another fragrance review for you today. I feel that there's been a lot of new fragrances out already this year. You know, we're looking at Jo Malone Veteran Golden Vanilla, Tom Ford Beau de Jour Signature, Givenchy Gentleman, just to name a few that I've reviewed already. So there has been a lot, but there is a new one out that I want to talk about today, and that's Emporio Armani Stronger With You Freeze and In Love With You Freeze, which are just here in the bottom of the screen. But before I get into the fragrance review, I just want to explain what these videos are all about. Now, I'm not going to say to you this fragrance is great, this fragrance is bad. I may give my opinion on it, but the one thing that you really have to remember when it comes to fragrances is that they will smell different on different people's skin, and also over time they do develop, so you have the different notes in the fragrance that have a different molecular structure, and therefore certain notes will last longer on your skin. And it really does depend on your particular palette as well. And I've heard it actually there's personality traits that go into it as well. I have been speaking to a perfumier recently, one guy from Penhaligon's actually. So I've got a bit more information about fragrances and notes and how the science behind them. But really what I'm doing in these videos is just bringing you new releases so you know what's new out there, and I'm just going to explain what notes are in a fragrance and what I personally think about the fragrance, about the bottle, and where I would really wear the fragrance. So let's move on to the latest fragrances from Emporio Armani. You have the Stronger With You Freeze and the In Love With You Freeze. The In Love With You Freeze is for her, and the Stronger With You Freeze is for him. The predecessor was the Intensely range, and also you have the original versions as well. So the Freeze edition is the latest in this fragrance collection from Emporio Armani. The bottle itself is what I would expect from this range. I think they've done really well, especially with the frosted glass, because the range is freeze and it looks like the bottle's been left in a freezer for a little bit of time. So therefore you have this frosted glass on both of them, and I think they look great as a duo on your shelf. I wouldn't say it's overly distinguishable. It's no Tom Ford bottle or maybe even Jean Paul Gaultier, whereas you look at it on the shelf, immediately that's the brand. It's a very distinguishable bottle, but it is a very elegant bottle nevertheless. Okay, so why don't we give this one a little squirt, shall we? Immediately I'm recognising this fragrance as woody citrus. Now, I'm not getting what I would expect. I'm not getting that sweet citrus opening notes, probably like its predecessor, but that's probably because there's no like cinnamon and pineapple in this one, yet there was in the predecessor. What I'm getting more from this is your fresh but light fresh citrus notes. I'm definitely getting a bit of lime, and also lemon, apple. There's something else, maybe mandarin or orange I'm getting in there. I haven't even looked, but maybe there is some kind of like peppery note, but if there is, then it's a tiny amount. It's the heart of this fragrance that I feel that it gets quite complicated. You've got sage, you've got spicy cardamom, you've also got a little bit of lavender in there as well. So it really gives it this like woody richness and a very masculine fragrance at that. And it is one of these fragrances you probably have to kind of let it settle down on your skin for a little bit of time before you get the best out of the fragrance. That's all I would say. That is the Stronger With You Freeze, which is for him. I would wear this as a day fragrance, and if you really like it, if it is your kind of scent, you like those citrus notes but then a really woody, spicy kind of heart to a fragrance, then this is your fragrance. Then it can be an evening fragrance. And this I love the idea of like a guy wearing his and a girl wearing a very similar fragrance. So it is all about, the collection is all about being in love and falling in love, and we can all get on board with that. I'm sure we can. I'm not going to bore you with any more of that. Let's just go on to the price. So I've written this down actually. So the 50ml is £52 and the 100ml is £72. So that's the price. I'll put the links below on how you can buy it, and I hope you've enjoyed this fragrance review video.